The Surveillance Hunter. Restoring the Killer Instinct. Part 8. In summary, as we began this journey, we spoke of the need to resuscitate the surveillance hunters in our departments. In my own experiences, the true hunters have always been the exception rather than the rule. Whether by lack of support, low-value process, improperly applied regulation, or even ridiculed by the less than productive agents, our hunters have spent far too long having to swim upstream. It cannot be overstated how important it is for our leadership teams to be conscious and aware of the existing gravity and friction within our departments and their processes. If our low performers can continue in mediocrity with little to no effort or consequence, we must resolve that we, ourselves, are at blame for failing to create the correct point of gravity, and that we have failed to streamline the path to fulfilling productivity. Once we identify these two sources of influence, we can work to correct them if needed. Our hunters overcome so many obstacles daily, they stare futile process in the face, just hoping for the next chance to use their skills. Our hunters view the ineptitude and lack of commitment in the low performers, yet still push forward, sometimes smoothing edges that they did not create. The hunters in the modern-day surveillance room feel the need for impactful process. They feel the need for efficient tools, but mostly, they feel the need to be on the field of play. Being a hunter in an apathetic environment is very lonely and difficult. Often, in an ill attempt to increase productivity, department leadership will create inefficient tasks and protocols devised to absorb the lack of impact from the low performers. Sadly, this practice is very apparent throughout some departments and is merely in the absence of proper friction and gravity. We need to dispense with counterfeit productivity. We need to identify and unleash our hunters, and we need to establish this hunter mentality as the standard in our departments. From the director to managers, agents to technicians, we need to become hunters in our own realms. We must rally around the concept and realize how the individual efforts of each position create a singular product of aggressive and efficient protection. From the vantage points we all view the landscape from, we must continue to encourage and empower our teams by strengthening our own product of vicious protection. It is imperative that once a standard is set and a plan is made, the product is identified and accounted for in relation to the components that each position provides. As agents see the leadership's articulation and recognition of results, expectations can begin to fulfill themselves. It takes one simple step at a time, and when the proper steps are made to proceed in the appropriate direction, we can transform our low performers into hunters, and our hunters into the next generation of fierce leaders. We must continue to empty our people's task lists of unneeded and unfruitful actions, thereby affording them the time to observe and create the mental synapses needed to develop their own protection-based outlooks and innovations. We need to continually search for the unorthodox means of education and development while striving to create in our agents the perspective of our adversaries. We must work to instill in our people the acknowledgement and daily lens of potential monetary impact. It is no secret that with this endeavor, and by consistent muscle memory-based exercises, our properties would grow more and more protected every day as our people begin to view operational weakness through the eyes and strengths of our opposition. Lastly, as we work to properly articulate this product value both internally to our teams and externally to our stakeholders, we can create a cultured meritocracy in which results are illuminated in an immediate and highly recognizable fashion. As stated, our people just want to win. No matter how visually disengaged an agent may appear, oftentimes at the root, the agent is unclear of their expectations concerning the product and have no real gauge of what a win looks like. For them, most often their obstinance is merely a shield or disguise of their own internally perceived shortcomings. As we address their feelings of vulnerability and smooth the path out from their safe spaces, I believe we would find a hunter just waiting to hit the ground running. Probably the most important task of the surveillance leadership in creating and cultivating your team of hunters is the image that you are capable of portraying to your oversight committees. We as surveillance departments need to work towards assigning immediately recognizable value to our product. We cannot continue to ask for things in the form of currency, yet articulate a return on their investment in the form of feelings or regulatory repercussions. We as surveillance professionals must first define and believe in the purpose of our product. We must hold ourselves and others accountable to the plan and its execution. Even more so, we must analyze our results and fine-tune our failings. Most importantly, if we, ourselves, fail to buy in and believe in the impact that we are capable of, our agents and our stakeholders will soon follow. But rather, if we attack each day with this hunter's mindset, this process has no choice but to become departmentally genetic, and the schedule of results is merely a matter of time and effort.